Yep. Good evening, Siddharth. A warm welcome to the webinar session, dear. Just wait for a while. Let everyone join the class. Then we'll start the webinar. Okay. Just wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Just wait for a while. Okay, let's start the session now. Those who will be joining late, I'll be revising those things. Okay, so once again, good evening to all of you. Warm welcome to the first webinar of Global ICode Hackathon. So few things I just want to ensure to all of you guys that this is webinar session. You won't be allowed to unmute yourself. Okay, you won't be allowed to write anything in the chat box to different student. If you have any concern, any queries, you can just put it down in the chat box with the host or else with the co-host. Okay. Specific with the time, we'll start with 6. You can say on Wednesday we have 6 p.m. and on Saturday we have 3 p.m. So please be stick with the specific time. It's a half-hour session, so I'll be starting with 6 p.m. to 6:30, and on Saturday we'll be starting from 3 p.m. to 3:30. Okay. Yes, this session is completely been recorded, and the URL would be shared with all of you. If you missed anything, you can go through those videos and you can comp off all the things what we have covered. As well as if in this webinar session, you won't get anything understood. Okay, then what you have to do? If you directly ping me on the chat box, I'll be answering. Fine. Still, if you have any concern, any queries, you can raise your hand also. Okay. If I asked any sort of questions with any one of you, you can just directly drop those answers in the chat box. Fine. Clear? If you won't understand any concept, you can let me know in the chat box. I'll explain you once again about those things. Okay. So this is the first session. Before starting, I'll give my introduction, guys. I am Yusuf Shamim. I am a master trainer in ICode Global Hackathon. We are starting the webinars from today onward. Basically, what happened in webinars, why we are keeping webinars, I'll just brief it out and then we'll directly jump to the profile. Okay. In webinars, I'll be training you on different concepts of ICode. What you'll be doing with the help of Python codes. Okay. We have a game over here. That game will be running with the help of Python concepts, along with the things what you have to cover inside those profile. Okay, now how you have to log in, what are the different process of start learning, how you can join webinar, I'll recall it once again today. Okay, then we'll proceed. Fine. Up to here, anyone has any doubt, any concern, any queries, you can please put it down in the chat box. Okay, cool. So I'm starting. I'll just share my screen. Yep. Hope everyone can see my screen now. Okay. So, guys, before starting, I'll just brief out about the process, how you can log in. This is the URL, that is 2022.icode.org. I'll put this URL in the chat box also. Okay, so that if anyone has any confusion, they can take it. I'll be just putting it down. Yeah. Yep, I have put in this HTTP URL in the chat box. You will be just tapping over there, and this page, this UI gonna open. So once you open this page, we have a login process. Now, how you can login process, or how you can go through this login process, you have to just put your valid login credential over here and tap it on the send validation code. So I have yusuf.s @ the same one, leaplearner.in. Okay, I have this email ID with me. Once I tap on send validation code, a validation code gonna pop up inside my Gmail account, which is merged with this ID. Okay, which is merged with this ID. So I got 6 times 5. Okay, validation code 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, simple process. Then what you have to do? You have to just tap on submit validation code. As you tap on submit validation code, on the right hand side, you can see that email verified. Okay, it verified from the backend, and then you will be jumping towards this UI. Over here, we have join webinars option, we have hackathon option, as well as certificate option. So first thing what you're gonna avail is join webinar. Okay, you have to just tap over here to the join webinar, and once you scroll it down, you'll be getting the Zoom link over here. Then you can go ahead with that Zoom link. Okay, I won't get that Zoom link because I'm the host. That's why I'll be redirecting towards the start learning process. Okay, once I just tap on backspace, I'll be directly going to the start learning again. Okay, now just will scroll up. You can see the module, what you have taken, what you have chosen over here, like Python Advanced, Python Beginner, whatever. And then just below it, you can see a start learning option. Okay, so once I tap on start learning, I'll be jumping towards gamified platform. Okay, now here it is. The first thing what I'll be doing, I'll be just explaining about all the things what we have in this gamified platform. Okay, so over here we have our name. Okay, so you can do the alterations of your name, your grade, your levels, whatever you want to do, you can do. Okay, for an example, you want to change your name. So we have 2 different processes for changing the name, or you can say you can alter the identity. Once you can see a drop down over here, just tap it. Okay, and then you can go to the my account. Once you tap on my account, you can see name, school name, grade. Okay, over here, for an example, you want to do you want to change any name. Okay, I'll just write ICode over here. Okay, done. I'll scroll it down and tap on save info. Once I tap on save info, look, my name gonna change over here. Okay, or else what I told, we have 2 processes for changing the name, and you can say for changing the details. The first one I shown with the drop down over here. Once you tap on to ICode, you can go to the my account. Okay, the second process, you can directly tap it over here, or you can say you can directly tap to the trainee astronaut. Okay, over from here also you can change your specific name. It's completely up to you. Okay, now once you scroll it down, you can just tap on save info. That's it. Now you have over here design map. Design map, I'll be completely explaining it in the game itself because it's a game part. Over here, if I can explain, open it and explain, you won't understood. Log out, it's pretty simple. You want to go back to the previous screen, you just tap to the logout. Okay, we have different you can say languages. One is English, second one is Hebrew. So that's Israeli language, you can say. This English language we understand, that's why we are going ahead with the English language. Okay, now we have announcement part. Announcement part, it says that when the webinar is going to start, when your hackathons would be, all the notifications update would be reflecting in the announcement part. Okay, in the announcement part, you can go, you have to always check the announcement part, that when your webinars would be. Okay, apart from the email ID, you'll be getting all the notifications in the announcement itself. Okay, now I'll just scroll it down. Over here we have welcome to training ground level 1. Okay, so if you haven't done any sort of coding and you are doing from here onwards, this is the first time you are starting with the code or Python or any of the module, you can easily do with the help of basic one. Okay, if you won't have any idea about the coding, but still you can go ahead with basic one. How you can do, what are the different codes you can write it down, everything would be inside this basic one. Okay, so for going inside the basic one means the first level, what you have to do, you have to just tap to the go. Okay, guys, over here you can see star. Okay, once you collect all the stars, means start collecting the number of maximum numbers of stars, this line keeps on increasing. Once it reaches up to here, it means you have collected all the stars, that is 722 in the level 1. Okay, this is number of stars. It's not number of projects what you have completed, it's number of stars. Each project means each game consists 3 stars. Okay, I'll explain you why we are giving 3 stars, when you are getting, and what is the process of getting these 3 stars, everything I'll be explaining. Okay, so this 720 is number of stars. How much stars? Like I have taken like 125 stars, so that's why it's up to here, and you can see 125 is reflecting over here. Okay, now let's go ahead. We'll start with the basic one. Might be most of you have completed few of the projects, or most maximum number of projects in basic one, but still I'll be going ahead with a root level. Okay, I'll be starting from the basic one. So I'll just tap on go. You have to tap on go, and then you will be jumping towards the game. Okay, before going to the game, I just want to ask one question from all of you. Might be you have gone through this part or not. Can you tell me why we are playing this game? What is the reason behind this game? If you've gone through this video, it's loading. Yeah, I'll be just going to the first project. I'll explain everything, how you can map it down. Okay, what are the different projects you have to complete, everything I'll be explaining. Don't worry about that. So why we are playing this game? What's the reason? What's the story behind this game? Can anyone tell me? You can just brief it out in the chat box if you want. Okay, I'm waiting for the answer. I didn't got it any answer in the chat box. No issues if you're wrong. No issues if you're wrong. I got one answer. Yeah, go ahead. To learn basics of coding. Yeah, that's the reason. I just want, if you are learning the basic of coding, but this game, what is the reason of playing this game apart from code? Story of this game, you can say. In nutshell, you can say story of this game. That's obvious that you can learn the basic of coding. You can learn how to code to make it fun. Okay, Nia. Anyone else want to answer? Thanks a lot, guys. That you all are just putting it down in the chat box. I'm really very thankful to all of you. Okay, I'll let you know. I'll let you know the story. Okay, you can see that story also, and as well as I'm explaining it. Basically, this is Dave. Okay, you can say him as hero, you can tell him as a player, or else you can tell him as a sprite. Hello. I'm sorry, guys. Might be my net lag. I was sign off. Okay. So without wasting time, I'll just go ahead. I'll share my screen. Cool. Okay. So what we were doing, we were discussing about the story. Okay. You can say background story. So this Dave is a space explorer, and he went to space. His spacecraft collided with a meteorite. And what is those meteorite? Anyone know what is meteorite? What is meteorite? You can put it down in the chat box. Simple thing. I assume like everyone knows about it. Go ahead. What is meteorite? Good, very good. I just got meteorite. Okay, I'll let you know that what is meteorite. Basically, these are the big rocks that swings around the space. And once, sometimes you can see it fell down in the earth also. Sometimes it collided with different spacecraft also. Over here, the same thing happens. This meteorite collided with the spacecraft of this Dave. Okay, and then his spacecraft has been badly damaged, and it break down into different parts. So what we have to do, we have to just collect all those spacecraft part with the help of code. Now how we will code, how we can execute, how we'll collect all those items, we are going ahead. Okay, hope you understood about the background story. Now I'm proceeding towards the code itself. Okay, now up you can see unit, means in which unit you are. Okay, in which level. I'll explain all the things what we have in the dashboard, then we'll go ahead with the workplace, then we can code. Okay, so we have unit 1, level 1, means this is the first unit and the first level we have over here. Okay, now its name is basic 1, that's why you can see a basic 1 over here. Apart from menu, I'll go menu to the last. We have again languages, 2 language, English and Hebrew, as well as we have included Chinese also because we have Chinese student. Okay, and the last one, if you want to go back, like if I gonna tap it over here, I want to close this start learning. Okay, I'll just tap on right tick. Okay, or else if you want to stay over here itself, I'll just cross it down. Done. Level part done. Name, student or trainer name, you can see over here in different languages done, as well as sign out or else you can say log out option you can avail from this backspace. Okay, now we'll be deliberately jumping towards the menu part. What happens in the menu basically? Okay, so once I tap on menu, we have different slides in the menu. Okay, I'll just tap to the menu. Cool. So as I told, we have different slides. The first one is level map. Over here you can see that the projects what you're completing with how many number of stars. Okay, I have completed these projects with 3 numbers of stars, the maximum 3 stars I have. So the first project, second project, third, and so on. In the first unit, I have 10 projects. You can see maximum number of projects over here, that is 10. Okay, 10 cross 3, that is equal to 30 number of stars maximum what you can get in unit 1. Okay, now once you tap over here to the right key, you will be jumping to the unit 2. Over here also you have 10 different projects. It starts from 11 to 20, and all these projects contain 3 specific stars, same as what you have in the previous one. Okay, this is unit 2. So total number of stars what you can get in basic 1, that is equal to 60. 20 projects cross 3, that is equal to 60. Okay, fine. Now that's the level map. For an example, if you have completed all the projects, okay, and anonymously you want to jump in any of the projects what you have completed. For an example, I am in 20th project. Just tap to the 20th project. You will see that same project with the code what you have given, that gonna open. Okay, again I'll be going to the menu part. I want anonymously to open 13th number of project. I'll just tap it over here, and that 13 number of project gonna open automatically. But once you have completed, once you have taken 3 stars, then only this process can be availed. Otherwise, you can't open without having those 3 stars. If you won't have 3 stars, you want to jump from different levels to the different level. Okay, you can't do that. You have different process to skip the level that I'll explain. Okay. For example, first project you have done, second project you have done, in third you stuck. You aren't able to do the third project. You want to go ahead in the fourth. So what you will do, I'll be just showing you how you can skip those levels. Okay. First we'll go through the menu part, then we'll go to the skipping part. Level map completed. Now we have operation instructions. Okay, once I tap to the operation instructions, okay, now you can see reach the star, the first one. Okay, I'll just maximize it a little bit. As I told, each project contains 3 maximum number of stars. The first star says that you reach 1 star for completing the mission. It means you have completed the mission, you'll be getting 1 star. Okay, the second star says that you reach 1 star for using correct number of steps. For an example, any project just require 3 or 4, for example 4 steps to complete the mission, but you have taken 5 or 6 steps to complete that mission. It means you will lag with 1 star. You'll be just getting 2 stars. Okay, you won't get all the 3 stars. So you have to specific with the number of steps what you are providing. Okay. Now the third thing says that you receive 1 star for using the correct number of coding commands. For example, you are using if statement, but without if statement, that project can be happen. So 1 star would be again cut in because you have used the different commands for using that specific code and you are executing. Might be it gonna run, but you won't get all these 3 stars without these 3 characters. Okay, the first star says that you can complete the mission. I'll be giving you 1 star. The second one says that the number of lines should be lesser or equal, like 4. You can complete it within 3, or you can complete 4. Okay, in 4 lines itself. You can't exceed to 4. You can't go to 5. If you will be going to 5 steps, then might be that this one, the second star, you won't be getting. The third star again says that the command what you are using, that would be appropriate. Not that if we have a loop statement and you are using any different commands instead of that, you will be losing 1 star itself. Okay, that's the 3 star, how you will be getting, or how you will not be getting. Okay, I'll close this part. Now, as I told, skipping the levels, I'll just tap the skipping the levels. I'll just maximize it. Fine. This I'll show over here. I'll close it. Okay, for example, I'll just remove this complete code. Okay, for example, I'm not able to do this project. What I'll do, I'll just tap on run. Okay, it takes some time. Now what you will do, there's an error in the 6-line code. It will give you few reasons. Might be there is an error, might be you won't have written any code. Okay, so after that, what you will be doing, you will be just clicking over here, okay, to the purple button. Once you click to the purple button, you jump to the next level. Okay, I'll show it again. I'll remove it. Just keep in mind we are in the 14th level. Okay, I'll just tap on run, and we have skipping key, this one over here. I'll just tap it. Now you can see the level number is 15 over here. Understood how you can skip the levels? Up to here, anyone has any sort of issue, any problem, please guys, let me know. Okay, I'll be again going to the menu. Fine. In operation instruction, we are done. Okay, now reading the instructions. This instruction is pretty much simple. I'll just maximize it. In each and every project, you can see the instruction. As I told the background story, over here you can see the same thing. Our spacecraft was hit by a meteorite and has been badly damaged. Let's start collecting items that's scattered outside the area of the spacecraft. Okay, so these are the comments what you can see over here. In different projects you can see comments according to that specific project. Okay, might be if the statements or any different statements going to start from that project, then the statement would be along with those things. Okay, all the information you will need to finish the level will be provided in the comment section. As I told, anything, any new approach, any new commands gonna initiate in that specific project, all those things would be inside these comments. Okay, I close this part. Just I'll be tapping to the right key. Fine. Review Python and math tools. Once I tap it over here, we have a different math tools. I'll just maximize it. For example, might be you can see it very small. I'll explain it. How you can go ahead. You can see over here what are the different commands you can put over here, like Dave's step. Okay, how you can go back. We have a minus sign for going backward. We'll do everything in the project. Don't worry about that. Okay, I'm just briefing it out about the math tool and the review so that everyone should be aware of all these things. Okay, so in once you go ahead with the project, if any new things gonna come, then the math Python tool would be reflecting. You can go through those things, those tool, and understand the concept of those math tool and reviews. Okay, over here, if you forget and need to review any of these concepts again, you can find them in the Python math and tool library within the menu. This is the complete Python tool and menu library. You can find whatever you want. Okay, whatever you want to require. I'll close it again. These are all things you'll be getting inside the project also, so I'm not giving much more time as we are behind the time right now. Okay, I'll close it. Stick with it. It means like few of the commands we have over here with the levels increase with the difficulty. Now basically what happens, why we have given this stick with it, it says that the levels will increase in difficulty. Okay, it means in basic one it would be pretty easy. Once you go ahead, the level gonna increase automatically. Okay, in nutshell, if you are in the basic level, basic 1, basic 2, basic 3, might be you'll be getting fewer lines of codes, might be you will be getting easy project, but eventually once you go ahead in the different levels, in the different unit, you'll be getting tougher projects. But don't worry about that. I'm over here. If you stuck in any of the project, if you stuck in any of the units sections, please let me know. I'll be guiding you. Okay, so please don't hesitate in asking any of the questions. You can ask, put it down in the chat box with the name of the project, with the name of the unit. I'll be answering, I'll be explaining those complete commands. Okay, so that's the thing. What stick with it to stay with us. So I'll be going ahead. Knowledge review. It means we have a knowledge review in sense we have any of the command in knowledge review. It will just guide you that how you can use that command. Few times you'll be getting, not all the times this knowledge review will be over there. For example, you are using I in range, so indentation where you have to use. Okay, how you can use the indentation with the help of step. I'll explain what is indentation also, don't worry about that. All these things would be in the review command. It means knowledge review. Okay, that's the first thing what we have in the knowledge review. How the steps gonna turn towards left side or right side, how you can take spaceship to any of the specific position, you can take it from the knowledge review, but you won't require, because all these things, as I told prior also, that these things would be inside the project, so you won't have to use this knowledge review for checking all these things. For loop statement, it means wherever you want to use a loop statement, you can use accordingly. Just a hint you can get from the knowledge review. Okay, loop indentation, how you can use the loop indentation. As I told, over here we have a space. These are indentations. We'll discuss about the indentation. We'll discuss about the colons and all. Okay, so these are the approach on which you can use the knowledge review and go for the range part, loop part, as well as any of the command what you're going to use at that specific project. Okay, now the last thing, but we have already discussed about that, is background story. So what you will be doing, once our class gonna over, already it's 6:31, no issues. What you will do, you will just go to the background story. Okay, just maximize it, and then you can play this background story. And in the next class, I'll be asking that how many of students have seen this background story. Okay, because there is one new thing inside this background story. I'll not tell right now. Once you complete it, then I'll ask that what's the new thing inside this background story. So it's an assignment that everyone will be checking that this background story. Once you have gone through these all level map, operation instructions, knowledge review, then the last thing would be knowledge story itself. Okay, I'll be closing it now. Menu part, I'll be going to the first project again. Now, before starting with the first project, you have few buttons over here. Like you can minimize it from here, you can maximize it, you can zoom in, zoom out. We have a grid option over here. What happens, what you can do with the help of grid, just tap it to the grid part. You can see the coordinates, means you can find number of steps. Like for an example, if this sprite, if this Dave want to go towards left side or right side, you can say, okay, then you can count it down, like one step, second step, third step. Okay, over here also first step, second step, third step, or front, he's going towards forward direction, one first step, second step, third step, fourth step. You can count it down with the help of grid. Just beside grid, we have a key that is speedx. It means you want to execute the code. Like if I run right now, look, its speed is slow. Okay, in webinars that's fine, but in hackathon you have to save your each seconds. So what you have to do, it's a hint you can take. Just tap over here. You can increase the speed with x2, maximum is x4. Okay, and then you execute the code. I'll tap on code. Look how much fast it executed. So in this way you can save your time itself. Okay, and the last thing what we have over here is the booklet. Booklet is same thing what we have done completely in the knowledge review part. Over here we have n, that is the number of steps. Dave has to take number of steps to reach to get this item. All these things you can see inside this knowledge review. You can take the help of knowledge review in few of the projects if you are stuck in, or else you can execute by yourself also. Okay, I'll just close this. Over here you can see a run button. As I already explained, what is the function of run button. Once you tap on the run button, this game gonna execute. Okay, we have over here a pause key, or you can say a refresh key. Over here this is a stop key, this is a refresh key. You want to refresh the complete code over here, you can just tap it and you can reset. Okay, it's completely up to you. Might be you have written n numbers of line and you want to execute the complete code in different commands, so you can reset without deleting. You can reset the complete code itself. Okay, over here we have a pause key. If you want to execute and your player Dave sprite is going in different direction, you can pause it down, you can change the code, and then you can execute it. Okay, over here if you want any music over here and then you want to execute it, maybe you all can hear the music, right? So you can use this option for availing the background music. Okay, I'm just putting it off right now. You can avail it, it's completely up to you. Now the last thing is this question mark. Once you tap it over here, all the things what we have gone through in the menu would be reflecting it over here. Okay, so as I explained, this button change the speed, turn on and off. It means the map grid, zoom in and out. Okay, unit completion over here. I'll just close it. I haven't gone through this one. This, how many projects you have completed? It would be increasing accordingly. Okay, means line would be increasing accordingly as you complete all the projects itself. Okay, so the two things what you have to do as an assignment. The first thing, you have to go through the background story completely. The second thing, you have to go through this question mark. It means the complete assertion what we have over here. Okay, few things you'll be getting more than the menu part over here, that I'll be asking in the next class. Okay, what you'll be doing, first thing you'll be checking those background story, and the second thing you'll be checking this assertion. Okay, in this assertion you will be finding a new things what has not been put in inside this menu part. Okay, so I'm just keeping this session up to here. I'm not starting anything right now because already we have exceeded the time. I'll just take the screenshot and then we can wrap up the session. Just wait for a minute. Just wait for a while, guys, and let me take the screenshot and then we can wrap up the session. Okay, fine. So I'm just stop sharing my screen. Please complete the things what I have given you as an assignment. In the next class, we'll start with a project. Okay, bye. Take care. Have a nice day. Stay safe, everyone. Take care. Bye bye.